I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. You just heard Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. A teacher, a woman. Her name is Frances. She walked in today to find an odd welcome. Every student in class had a red hat on. A vibrant, fire truck red bowler hat that lit the room like a checkerboard. "Hello, class," she spoke calmly. "I like your adornments." The class did not respond. "Hello?" Nothing. "Class, when you're spoken to, you should speak. Otherwise, people will think you're quite rude, and that doesn't help anyone." "And what if we are rude?" A voice spoke up from the crowd. She couldn't place it. "What if we do not want to be good, Frances?" Another voice blurted out. "Excuse me? When you pass through those doors, it becomes Miss Garçon to you. Who said that?" 3 hands shot up. "I know you did not all say that. Someone speak truthfully. Who was it?" The 3 hands lowered, and 4 others rose. "This is not funny, class," Miss Garçon said. "Not funny to who? To you?" "Yes, to me. In that case, we don't really care. I thought it was quite obvious we are in defiance." "In defiance of what?" I complimented your hats." "You didn't mean it." It was true. She didn't mean it. But how could the kids know that? "I'm sorry, class. I think your hats are atrocious." Up next, Fast as You Can by Fiona Apple. And after that, Stolen Dance by Milky Chance. That was Can I Call You Tonight by Dayglow. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. I have the best wrench. It was a bold statement from someone who certainly did not, but he stood by it. Jack and his wrench had been working together for years, ever since he bought the thing. Jack turned to his coworker, Steve. "See, this is the best wrench, quite literally, ever." Ever seems a bit hard to believe. "Might it be the best wrench in this mechanic's shop?" "I could maybe see that," Steve replied. "No, it's the best. Period." "Well, in that case, is it special in any way? Like, does it automatically fit whatever piece you're putting it around?" No, it's mechanical like the rest of them." "Okay, well, is it extra strong? Can you open a rusted pipe with it?" "No more so than any other, not really." "I'm not understanding what makes it so special then. Why is this the best wrench in the world?" "I mean, look at it," Jack shouted, exasperated. "What is not to love about this wrench? It's got everything a wrench needs. So you love it. So you have an emotional attachment to the wrench. Yes, it's the best." Now, it was Steve's turn to yell. "You're treating your subjective truth like an objective truth." "What? You're saying it's the best wrench in the world when you really mean it's your best wrench. It's the best wrench in the world to you." Steve stared at his coworker, seething. Jack didn't get it. Up next, When the World is Running Down by The Police. And after that, Redemption by Nathaniel Ratcliffe. That was Sword from the Stone by Passenger. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And so from death comes life. The cycle continues and few notice. Spring has taken the decay of winter, the fruit of fall, and repurposed it into something greater. The whole is more than the sum of its parts sort of thing. Spring builds anew. As trees make their way skyward and tufts of grass push their ways through the concrete, time mourns the loss that winter gave. But time does not waste itself, so its way of mourning is mighty different from ours. It does not stop. It pushes hard. Spring is sprung, wound up tight, and let go into a rocket of realized potential energy. The death makes way for life, feeding life, founding life. Everything is growing and reproducing, which leaves us certain humans in a desperate position. Enjoy the beautiful days we have, or suffer pollen allergies. The simple yellow substance that all plants use to reproduce is a highly irritating one. It's just the right size to not hurt us, but still to be noticeable. It closes up our breathing apparatuses. It overexcites our sinus cavities. It steals our money and breaks our kneecaps. Pollen impounded my car and then sentenced me to 5 months in prison when I couldn't show up to my court appointment on time. Pollen allergies are the worst. Up next, All I Want by Toad the Wet Sprocket, and after that, Best Day of My Life by American authors. That was Ain't No Man by the Yvette Brothers. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And are you in a rush? Got too much time on your hands? Need a hearty snack or just want to trap a few kids? Well, do I have the solution for you? It's quicksand. Yes, with quicksand, you can solve nearly any problem. Got too many bills? Put them in quicksand. Tax collectors giving you a hard time? Quicksand. Got wolves? Bet you quicksand could help that. Now, I'm selling a product, sure, but it's more than that. It's a lifestyle. If you buy the quicksand bundle, you'll be receiving the standard quicksand as well as a rope for getting out of said quicksand, a bag of sand-colored M&Ms, as well as 3 fist-sized balls so that you can test out your quicksand before putting it to a field testing. Quicksand is a safe alternative to other household traps that I would never trust a child around a falling death spike. But quicksand? Sure, I don't care. A kid can't even fall through quicksand. They don't weigh enough. You'd have to have child-specific quicksand, which we do not sell. Where's that nooses and hanging? I forget. My child-killing knowledge is very limited ever since the accident, when I fell into a pit of quicksand and forgot my past life entirely. I'm just a quicksand guy now. It's not so bad. Up next, C'est La Vie by The Killers, and after that, Brenda Lee by Dear Tick. That was Trick to Happy by the Bahamas. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And he stood with the rest of the parents at Little League baseball practice. His name was Larry, and he was watching his kids run the bases at the local field. He couldn't help but think that this whole gig kind of stunk. 2 hours a week, 1 hour twice a week, taken from his personal time. The place was 30 minutes out from home, and it only lasted an hour, so it was never like he could go home for the time being, and there was certainly nothing to do nearby. The closest cool thing was a tree that stood at an odd angle, but he had already spent an inordinate amount of time staring at the oak. He stood with the rest of the parents now, destined to hear about another tonsillectomy one of the kids got, or the colonoscopy their father just received. Larry could not believe he forgot to bring any alcohol to an event like this. Then he remembered he had to drive himself and the kids home, and then he realized he didn't really care. He thought it was messed up that he didn't care, and that he wishes he did care, even a little. But no such luck. His attention was brought to the field. A kid screamed and held their leg. He glanced at the other parents, waiting for them to take action. A few dads and a couple moms jogged over to help the kid to a car and drive them off to what Larry could only presume was a hospital. You okay, buddy? Know where they're taking her? What? Larry shook his head. Why would he care? The coach snapped in Larry's face. Hey, Earth to Bad Dad, are you gonna go to the hospital with Sally or what? Sally was Larry's kid. Larry turned and bolted. Up next, Misery Business by Paramore, and after that, Kyoto by Phoebe Bridgers. But before I let you go, it's midnight. You know what that means. It's the end of my shift, but don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow. No biggie dealy. But today was a pretty good day. Tomorrow will be even better.